was during those lazy days between Christmas and New Year's that one of my friends texted the group chat with a simple question. Any New Year's resolutions? I threw in a promise to procrastinate less, and most of my friends had similar goals like bringing their grades up or managing their time better. But my friend Ella's pledge caught me. Her message read, "Be more resilient." Her goal was different from the rest of ours. While most of our goals were all related to school, Ella's was to grow as a person. Ella is about this tall. She wears glasses, she's caring, and she's energetic. She and I both live crazy lives, and when we get one bad grade, we absolutely lose it. And so it made sense when she told us that she wanted to be more resilient so that she could learn from her mistakes without having stress cloud her thoughts and affect the rest of her day. I immediately understood what she meant. A few months ago, I saw Ella struggling to overcome her science mark, and I could really see it weighing down on her. And I had a similar thing happen to me before. During the first month of high school, I wrote one of the first tests of the year, and my mark did not meet my expectations. As soon as I got the test back, I immediately ran to the bathroom, locked myself in a stall, and started crying my eyes out. My friends tried to comfort me by saying that it's just the first test, and you have so much time to bring your average up. They were trying to help, but no matter what they said, I just couldn't get these fears out of my head. What if I never get into university? What if this is the highest mark I'll ever get? These emotions were still swirling in my mind, and no matter how many times my friends tried to remind me that it was the first test, it just didn't help. After school, I took my normal route home, and it just so happens that my grandma's house is on the way, so I decided to stop by and say hi. As I opened the front door and stepped in, the soothing smell of old books and fresh flowers hit me. But my grandma could immediately tell that I was distraught. My face was red, my eyes were puffy. She asked me what happened, and I told her. At first, I was afraid my grandma was going to give me advice for the next test, but instead, she just sat there and listened and asked a few questions. I remember saying, "I'm so stressed, my mark didn't meet my expectations, now I feel like I'm falling behind." She said, "Okay, well, what mark were you aiming for?" I was aiming for about a high A, and so that's what I told her. She said, "Okay, that's reasonable, but if one of your friends didn't get that mark, if they got lower, would you think that they were dumb? Would you think that they were falling behind?" No, obviously not. So then why are you thinking that about yourself? My grandma gave me a minute to think about that. And then she said, "I've gotten bad grades too, and it hurts. Obviously, this one bad grade in the beginning of high school isn't going to change the entire course of your future, but it still feels absolutely awful when it does happen." Because my grandma listened, I was able to feel like my situation was understandable. Because she asked questions, I knew that what I was going through was something that I could gain a new perspective from. And because she empathized, I knew that what I was going through, my situation, was normal, something that many people have gone through before, and that I would make it through as well, and that helped build my resilience. After my grandma asked me those string of questions, she helped me gain a new perspective and see the differences in expectations, and I realized that we can't always be so hard on ourselves, or else we'll never see growth in the long run. Most of my grades after that were completely fine, but then around 2 months later, I get another test mark back that wasn't great. This time, instead of completely breaking down and absolutely losing it, I thought about what my grandma had told me. After school, I decided I was still going to go visit her, tell her what happened and how I felt, because it's nice to have someone who listens. It's nice to have someone who asks questions. And of course, it's nice to have someone who empathizes and supports you every single time you face adversity. Now back to Ella. When I saw Ella struggling to overcome her science mark, she was crying, and I knew exactly what she was going through, and I wanted to help. I asked her what's going on, and I made sure I actually listened to what she said. I remember at the time, I wanted to give her advice, to ask if she spent enough time studying, if she did all the practice questions, but I didn't. Because I knew that by telling her what to do, or what she should have done, I would just be making her feel like I didn't understand. So I just listened. I asked her what mark she was aiming for, and her response was similar to mine. So then I asked her if she ever thought that I was dumb or less than her when I didn't meet that expectation. Her response was obviously no. But by asking her those questions, I was able to help her gain a new perspective, and she realized that although expectations were good, you should not be constantly beating yourself up over them if you don't always reach them. I knew that at that moment, what she needed was not somebody to tell her what to do, but somebody to show her that she was not alone, that she had support, so that the next time she gets a bad mark, she will be able to become more resilient. By the end of our conversation, although Ella wasn't happy with her mark, she was no longer crying, and she was able to walk away without the stress that had initially come from that grade. To the point where the next time she got a grade that didn't meet her expectations, she would be able to stay in control. By listening, asking, and empathizing, we are able to build the resilience of other people. We are able to become someone's support network and be there for them in the face of adversity. My grandma was my support network, and she was the one to build my resilience. I was able to pass my experiences on to Ella to help her with her New Year's resolution, but I think all of us can and should be this person for someone else. I encourage you, the next time someone is going through something difficult, whether it's big or small, be it a test or a competition, or maybe it's just a bad day, be the person who listens, who asks, and who empathizes. Because when you do, you build up their resilience too.